Chatsworth, a house of 175 rooms.
It looks like it's the best we've ever got it.
Surrounded by 1,000 acres of parkland.
Here come the sheep.
For 500 years, the beating heart of Derbyshire's Peak District. And for 16 generations, one family's home.
What are you eating? Dill?
Yes, it's spriggy stuff.
Every year, the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire welcome 600,000 paying visitors to this, their private kingdom.
Well, there's no place like Chatsworth. It's a little corner of heaven.
But 2020 would prove to be a year like no other. This is the story of how one of England's greatest institutions
It's increasingly complex, very fast-moving.
would battle an unprecedented 12 months.
So we needed one.
Hang on, I thought we were not opening.
There are people jumping out trees into the river.
To create new dawns and opportunities.
It's your delivery from the farm shop for you.
Through 4 seasons, this unique corner of Britain
Us British, keep calm and carry on.
reflected the bulldog spirit.
This is it, they're coming in. We've done it.
Well, I am relieved, but I knew we'd get there.
This really is an exceptional effort.
And triumphed in the face of adversity.
We almost look like we know what we're doing.
After 10 weeks of deep winter slumber without any visitors, one of Britain's greatest stately homes awakes from hibernation. The sculpture gallery is getting a spring clean.
Most of the sculptures in here are about 200 years old. They were collected by the 6th Duke of Devonshire and commissioned by him, and this room was created to show them all off. This one is 2,000 years old. It's Alexander the Great. He's ancient Greek.
Chatsworth is arguably England's greatest palace of treasures, but it's also home to the Cavendish family, who have lived here since the 1500s. Stoker and Amanda are the latest incarnation of this line of distinguished British aristocrats.
When I was a very small child, we used to come, not every day, but several, often, looking around, showing people. And, of course, my parents were very proud of this house.
Upon the death of the Duke's father in 2004, they became the 12th Duke and Duchess of Devonshire and moved into the ancestral home.
I'm very fortunate to have such a big garden, and the dogs love it. Max, come on. I take Max at least 3 times a day for a walk.
They're never seen without Terrier Max, who harks from a more humble background. Unlike his owners, nobody is quite sure who his parents are. The Duke and Duchess have been married for 53 years, have 3 children and 10 grandchildren.
Put them in a pot, lovely.
Like many couples their age, they enjoy the garden. Even if it does stretch to 105 acres. They also share a love of the arts.
This painting by Murillo, it's wonderful to have this here for everybody to see and enjoy.
Which is just as well because their house is home to a priceless hoard of art and antiques collected over 400 years.
It's like living in a treasure chest because it's got so much in it.
But the Duke, Duchess and Max don't have Chatsworth all to themselves.
Max, come on.
They share it with the hundreds of thousands of visitors who come each year.
Chatsworth was built to have a lot of people in it. And so we're very pleased that a lot of people come.
This house was built to show off. You don't put gold leaf on the windows if you're a shy, retiring person. So the person who built it was very, very proud of his house, very proud of himself too. And he wanted people to come. And so it's always been open. It's always welcomed visitors. It would be quite odd just to rattle around the two of us.
To keep the acre of lead roof over the Duke and Duchess's heads, the house must once again earn its keep for the charitable trust that looks after it. The 800 staff have just 2 weeks to make Chatsworth pristine again for what they hope will be the most lucrative season in the estate's history.
All of these, all the squares, the one going on the racking at the back left-hand side.
This year, the trust which manages Chatsworth has a target of 600,000 paying visitors to welcome. Gardens must be manicured, galleries and staterooms made fit for a king, and the priceless art collection readied for grand exhibition.
Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, shunt. 1, 2, 3.
In the great dining room, nothing can go on display until it reaches the highest standards of Chatsworth's collections technician, Dorothy.
2, 3. Oh, that was good.
Her team are preparing a 19th century mahogany table that can seat up to 40 guests.
4.38 there.
Everything has to be perfect, and in the 21st century, that means laser precision perfect.
3.9. We're a centimetre out of being completely square, but I don't know if I want to. Let's go with that for now, I reckon. I'm just going to measure again, actually.
It's one of the big wow rooms, which is why it seems really finicky, but it is worth us spending the time to make sure that it looks right.
Shall I waft and you pull a bit? Okay, let's see about that.
With visitors paying £23 per head to tour the house, the Duke and Duchess expect a fastidious attention to detail from their team. And the 130-year-old damask tablecloth is about to get the full Chatsworth treatment.
And it sounds really ridiculous to be nervous ironing a tablecloth, but it is just because trying to get it hot enough so that the creases will come out, but not too hot that you end up then scorching the tablecloth and bringing the underlay pattern through.
Every item on display at Chatsworth is of irreplaceable historical significance. This table was commissioned to impress the future Queen Victoria when she visited the house in 1832.
Princess Victoria, as she was then, I think she was 13 years old. She had her first meal in adult company in this room. She was the first person to be officially welcomed in this room. She would have sat at this table and would have eaten in front of the silver that's being laid on the table today. Yeah, is a historic object, and the cloth is a historic object, so you just have to treat them with a bit of respect.
It's not just the inside of the house that must come up to Chatsworth's exacting standards. Before every season, the estate's entire 35,000 acres, an area nearly twice the size of neighbouring Derby, has to pass muster too. Teams gather from every department for an annual ritual.
I think you're both.
Where are we? Shall we just check?
And that includes the Duke and Duchess.
It's a really good event to pull people together. I think people quite enjoy it. I think some might be here just for the bacon sandwich.
Oh, this is the way to start the day.
The Duke, Duchess and 100 staff will need their bacon sarnies. They're about to fan out across the whole estate to pick up the tons of litter dropped every year.
We are very lucky to have such an incredible, really wonderful team, and how they keep so cheerful, I have no idea, but they do seem to manage brilliantly.
So the plan is, guys and girls, and we'll split into 2 dream teams.
Chatsworth's head forester John leads a team.
So obviously when we're out and about, you might get some encouragement from people driving past. They usually say who's been a naughty boy or girl then, thinking that we're on some sort of probation. So don't rise to it.
Derbyshire's absolutely gorgeous county, and you know there's so much litter can be left lying around, and so that's why we have this litter pig.
Looks like there's a ghost being run over in the road down there. Its haunting days are sadly over. Well, I think this is quite a rare apple-flavoured oasis. in a summer fruits bottle, so it must have been some mistake at the factory. Delightful, really.
We're all a team together, and we're all a team together full stop at Chatsworth. So, you know, we all mix up with each other, and it's good banter, it's a good job. Yes, we know we're enjoying it.
The Chatsworth estate has 3 villages, 1 hotel, 2 pubs, 2 restaurants, 3 cafes, and 3 shops. Retail and hospitality outlets employ nearly 500 local people.
Don't forget the Duke and Duchess are here 8:30 on Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Okay.
So I've got to have a shave then.
No pressure.
Manager Liam has had less than 4 weeks to deliver a refurbishment to the estate's highly profitable farm shop cafe that has cost hundreds of thousands of pounds.
The Duchess is really the person behind this design. She's done an amazing job and we're super keen to see what it looks like. But key to the whole design were the windows. Now, at the minute, we don't yet have the windows for this section, and without that, we'll really lose the core of what this cafe is designed to be. I hope the windows will be here on time, but fingers crossed, they were due last week, they've not arrived yet.
You need to go a little bit anti-clockwise.
Back in the main house, there's one dining experience
Tiniest smidge more.
that can't be rushed. Collection technicians Dorothy and Luke are still taking their time.
Tiny smidge more.
All to ensure the perfect traditional dining room display. It's vital the silver candlestick holders on Queen Victoria's 18-metre square table are centred to within a few millimetres of accuracy.
I think if anything, it could go ever so slightly back that way.
Oh, really? Which way?
That way?
D.
Like a tiny smidge. Do you think? What do you think?
It looks all right.
I think it looks okay too.
We go through a long period of winter and, you know, getting to this part of the winter season is fantastic because there's a buzz about the house which everybody's kind of like feeding into as getting ready for opening. And these sorts of tasks are kind of the cherry on top of the whole programme, you know, because you get to sort of stand back at the end of the day, take in the entire display, and hopefully the public, you know, really enjoy it as they come into this room, because it is a wow factor room, and the display is particularly wow factor. So it's fantastic to be able to do it, yeah, absolutely.
So this top basket's got a thread on it, so you kind of got to get it central and then try and catch the thread, which is sort of hard to feel if you kind of got it. You've got to be really careful about, you know, keeping your orientation sort of bolt upright.
The 5 priceless candelabra were commissioned by the 6th Duke from Paul's store, one of the best-known silversmiths of the 19th century. The biggest have 10 branches and incorporate the Cavendish family emblem, the stag.
So it's 5 o'clock and it looks like it's the best that we've ever got it.
So, yeah, I'm really happy.
With a week to go before reopening, the countdown started for the visitors to arrive. The house is ready, the gardens are almost ready, and the farm shop team hope they'll be ready. What can possibly go wrong? There's just over a week to go before Chatsworth House rolls out the red carpet for the first wave of spring visitors. They'll be welcomed by Chatsworth's guides, who are getting a modern makeover for 2020.
So at the moment we're making the last few alterations. This season we're launching a whole new uniform for our guides. It's been many, many years coming, and we have a few days to get them all finished and all ready.
Head of Textiles Susie has worked closely with the Duchess on the new uniform, inspired by a very old one.
So this is a houseman's jacket from the early 1900s. It would have worn all day. It's the day livery. So it's a longer length with this quite strong seaming in the back that we've used again in the new. We also like the change of colour in the collar. We've got the two serpent buttons on the back.
The Duchess will finally see the guides in their new outfits in just a few days' time.
I would just really hope that when the Duchess sees everybody together and all the guides all on it, that she will be really proud and excited too, actually, that it's finally happened.
It's not just the guides who have to look spruce for the new season.
We really should be singing Hi Ho. I know, it's very tempting, isn't it?
The gardens will have to be spick and span too. Garden Supervisor Lucy is putting a crew of volunteers to work.
Obviously we need to look at the coal hole and getting rid of all the leaf litter that's collected up over winter because it's quite slippery down there. Right, you ready? And don't anybody slip on the steps as they go down because it's
I'm going
slippery.
to jump.
Yeah? Don't you dare.
They've been tasked with clearing out the coal hole, a 10-metre deep coal bunker that fired huge furnaces in Victorian times. This popular stop for garden visitors flooded after one of the wettest winters on record.
So you can see actually here the water's running really quite freely where it's just coming out from the bottom of the walls. The groundwater at the moment is so high, it's coming out of banks everywhere in the garden and really causing us challenges.
A team of 75 volunteers give their time for free, all for the honour of working in Chatsworth's 105 acres of garden.
Well, I retired from work a few years ago and I wanted to do something a bit different, and actually gardening here is wonderful. What else would be better than coming out here in the morning and doing this? Simon, could you and Pete just take the bucket up for us? It's really heavy, this one. Please.
Oh, Joy. Wrist?
Your muscles.
Heart condition?
Muscles.
He's not playing the heart condition card.
No, you can't do something like
Do you want a hand?
No. That's how I had my last heart attack.
Pete, would you mind helping Simon?
No, he's done it.
Oh, thanks, Pete.
Regardless of his heart condition, Simon is dispatched down the hole that fed the coal.
This is the coal hole, so originally this is where the coal would have been brought into and then trolleyed through the tunnel into the conservatory to fuel the boilers to keep them hot, and they will go into 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm going in, I may be sometime.
Excellent, OK.
The Great Conservatory was designed and built in 1840 by the 6th Duke's head gardener, Joseph Paxton, the greatest garden architect of the Victorian era. At over 80 metres in length and almost 20 in height, this was the biggest glass building in the world at the time and became the prototype for Paxton's masterpiece, the Crystal Palace of the Great Exhibition.
I don't find it too creepy personally, but at Halloween they always decorate it and put spiders' webs and ghouls and things down here so the kids can come down.
Due to the shortage of coal during the First World War, most of the plants died. The greenhouse fell into disrepair and was finally demolished with dynamite in the 1920s. The current Duke's father used the foundations to create the maze that you can see today.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. This looks so much better than it was, which is really, really appreciated. And it's now time for tea break. Yay! Which I think might include cake. So, yeah, if we grab up some tools and we can head on and in.
Chatsworth staff pride themselves at pulling off the impossible.
Got my own plan wrong here.
The Farm Shop Cafe, a building site just a few days ago, is ready, or almost ready.
If you look from this angle as well, you can just see a traffic cone, a wheelbarrow and a grey tray. Probably worth just getting rid of them.
One big issue has been resolved.
So the windows are in, finally. The Duke and Duchess hopefully will like the finished product. Obviously the Duchess has been quite a lot of the design work, the whole project, so hopefully she'll like what we've done.
The hope is that the cafe will be packed with happy punters in 3 days' time. But the government has started to manage a nation's expectations.
We are fairly nervous about the government saying about staying away from pubs, restaurants, cafes and things like that. We thought Mother's Day would be quite busy for us. Now, you know, it could turn out that we might not have anyone coming through the doors.
It's clear that coronavirus, COVID-19, continues and will continue to spread across the world and our country over the next few months. It's now a global pandemic.
But with the government at this stage reluctant to call for a national lockdown, all Chatsworth can do is react fast to uncertain times.
The dogs have both gone because they're patting.
Because
risks. Because a lot of people touch them.
In the main house, the Duke and his team, led by collections manager Alice, are prepping a new virus-proof visitor route.
And no touchy-feely.
No touchy-feely.
In 5 days' time, 2,000 paying visitors are due to pass through these ancient halls.
Yeah, so all of the banisters will be cleaned as usual, but twice a day now by the conservation assistants. And obviously we'll recommend anyone who can to use the lift rather than the stairs with assistance. You know, if people actually need the banister.
Yeah. You certainly do. You mustn't mock the elderly.
No, I'm not.
With so many antiquities on the route, mitigating the virus is proving to be a minefield.
So again, these we can't wipe, so we've put teasels on.
So nothing...
We're not playing the piano unless it's the official Chatsworth player of piano, obviously, because we then can't disinfect the keys.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Oh, it gets into everything.
I know.
But by moving some artifacts out of reach from inquisitive hands and extra cleaning, all still seems to be set for the grand opening at the weekend.
OK, thank you all very much. So we'll see what happens. OK, thanks.
Estate printer Richard has been tasked to make a whole new batch of health and safety notices.
With everything else that's going on this week, everything's a rush job this week now. It's a funny thing, it's almost like we maybe feel like we're in a bubble at the moment. Always reminds me of the book War of the Worlds, where there's a sentient line in it about people went on with their lives just like nothing had happened after the aliens had landed, and it just feels like that at the moment. You're waiting for the aliens to land.
The coronavirus pandemic is a public health emergency, but it is also an economic emergency. We have never in peacetime faced an economic fight like this one.
With the news getting worse every day, the estate's senior management team hold an emergency meeting to review their options.
I just thought I'd recap a little bit in terms of where we are before we start going into a bit more of the operational detail for the next couple of days. It's increasingly complex, very fast moving.
With the house due to welcome visitors in just 2 days' time, hospitality and retail businesses are being forced to close across the country.
But I think, Steve, you've got the toughest job of all at the moment, I would say.
So yes, I mean, we've obviously closed up in the stables and the orangery and the gift shops. We're doing some work there to protect stock from sunlight in the orangery.
Chatsworth's gift shops will not be opening, but the biggest loss to revenue lies in catering.
Okay, great, thank you. Chris, obviously you've got the food outlets.
Yeah, so a bit of a reduced offering.
Yeah.
So Cavendish Restaurant won't be opening for the new season, neither will the Flying Childers. The Carriage House, so sort of our main bit and piece, will be open. Much reduced offer, social distancing, all the tables are 2 metres apart.
With Chatsworth's shops closed and catering outlets decimated, the estate will lose tens of thousands of pounds each day. Furthermore, away from the cameras, the management team is now considering cancelling the opening of the main house, worth another £40,000 a day.
Before we go any further...
we'll talk about outside.
So outside, there's 2
big posters to go on frames.
In the entrance hall, it becomes clear that the Duke is party to the behind-the-scenes decision-making. But his house team are still unaware that all their hard work could come to nothing.
We've also made a few changes with chairs, so we needed ones...
Hang on, I thought we were not opening.
Do you know something we don't know?
Oh, it's second-hand.
Okay.
Don't rely on it.
No, we haven't heard anything.
But I have been told that... Could we just check?
Yes.
Because it makes a difference.
Yes. Well, if we...
I suggest that somebody telephones Sharon or Kay in our office.
Now? Yeah, I can do that. Oh, hi, Alice. Just phoning the Duke. I'm with the Duke. He's just asked if someone can confirm whether we're opening or not. We are not. Okay. It's not common knowledge, yeah. Okay, thank you. Cheers, bye. So, Duke, it's not common knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's down to marketing manager Jonathan to break the bad news to the legions of visitors on Chatsworth's database.
So in total, we're about to tell in the region of 80,000 people that the house won't be opening as planned. Unsurprisingly, everyone will be very disappointed. An awful lot of hard work goes into getting the estate ready for opening to visitors, and for that not to happen is understandably going to cause a little bit of unhappiness. The Chatsworth House Trust that looks after the house, the garden and the farmyard relies upon income from our visitors. Without that income for any period of time is going to be a challenge for us.
Chatsworth will lose hundreds of thousands of pounds every week it fails to open. The impact on the estate's 800 staff could be devastating.
Good morning, Chatsworth. Can I help you? I'm afraid not. It's been cancelled.
The Chatsworth switchboard starts to jam with calls from worried visitors.
That was a lady from Australia, so she's just rung to say hopefully they'll be back to visitors soon, but in the meanwhile she needed a cancellation, so yeah, that's one of many. It's absolutely fine, it's just difficult times, isn't it, at the moment? Let's have a look on here.
There's a lot of people who just feel the need to cancel their membership, particularly the older generation. It's just a really big deal and it's really quite scary.
On the back, can you do the keyboard and the mouse?
In the main house, emergency plans are thrown together to protect staff.
We need some slack.
At the moment, we are swapping offices round because we have two teams working in different places. So what we plan to do is split the two teams in half so that if one office gets affected by coronavirus, there's still people from each team in another place that can do both jobs. Chatsworth is a way of life. It's a lifestyle choice, actually. It's not just a job. People laugh at me. My friends call it my Chatsworth bubble. But I'm actually quite happy in my Chatsworth bubble, thanks very much. And I think if anywhere is going to pull together, we will here. This is bigger than anything any of us have ever experienced before. This is not just a Chatsworth crisis. This is global. This is huge. But it's really coming to light now what we're actually dealing with. And as a community, I think we're all having to do the best for each other.
Chatsworth, like the nation, is fighting the biggest crisis in modern history. But there does remain one ray of hope for the first day of the season. Over 1,000 acres of garden and park. If the team can attract the public to these open spaces, at least they'll be able to salvage some much-needed revenue. Chatsworth House was due to reopen for the spring season in a couple of days. But its doors will remain shut for the first time since foot and mouth disease. The global pandemic means that only the gardens can open to visitors safely.
It feels very bittersweet to do this because normally I'd be doing this but with completely different signs. We'd be saying everything was open.
Sign maker Richard is spreading the news.
Well, so far at Chatsworth we've cancelled Easter. The horse trials look like they're going to be cancelled, although it's not official yet. The RHS flower show in June is cancelled. it's a completely different year than from what we had planned. You know, a lot of people's jobs here depend on customers coming. So now, while they've put measures in place to make sure they're paid for at least 4 weeks, and depending on how long this goes on, I don't know what will happen without people coming in. It's strange times, difficult times. We'll get through. We'll get through. This sign's at what we call Sandy's Turn, which is the main entrance to the house and the estate, the parkland. This is the first sign people see. It tells them that the house is open, or what is open. And of course, at the moment, the house isn't open. So we're trying to start with the positive stuff, that the garden is open, the park is open. And the last one, unfortunately, will be the one that says the house is closed. But I think we need to try and push the positive at the moment, because everyone seems to be, unfortunately, having a downer.
Hundreds of thousands of pounds have been spent on the refit of the Farm Shop Cafe. But it has also fallen victim to the corona crisis. It's a blow for manager Liam.
At 8:30 this morning, we were due to have the Duke and Duchess on site. We're due to do a big reveal of the cafe, a ribbon cut and so much more. We baked a beautiful big cake as well. But yeah, sadly, we've decided to postpone until further notice.
With corona infection rates extremely low in rural areas, the unexpected closure of the cafe has left some visitors somewhat underwhelmed.
The cafe was due to open today. We were here yesterday, they said it would be open, and we've arrived for a late breakfast or a brunch, and unfortunately they're closed. I just think it's a little bit over the top to shut a cafe, as the sign says, on government advice. Bye.
With the house closed, it's all hands on deck to get the gardens ready.
3, 2, 1, lift.
Chatsworth's army of 100 staff and volunteer gardeners is hard at work.
We're quite lucky because, obviously, I mean, the house won't be opening, and that is a shame, but at the same time, that kind of invites people to spend a bit more time outdoors. So if we can make sure that as many people can enjoy these outside surroundings as possible, then that's job done.
So we're just trying to make it the best it can be at this time of year.
I think it's the best place to be outside.
I think it is the best place to be outside.
But on the Salisbury lawn, garden supervisor Lucy is feeling the full impact of the pandemic.
I think there's many scared people. I think it's really important to take responsibility for our colleagues, our visitors, our loved ones. Less so than I'm worried about myself, more worried about the people around me. But getting emotional. Yeah.
Supermarkets have stepped up efforts to prevent stockpiling and protect their older shoppers from shortages. Sainsbury's, Asda and Tesco are the latest to limit what people can buy, and Sainsbury's is setting aside its first hour of opening tomorrow morning for the over 70s.
As the nation empties supermarkets of canned goods and loo roll, there is one silver lining for Chatsworth. The farm shop is doing a roaring trade.
Since Saturday, it's been like Christmas here every day. Absolutely crazy. People filling their trolleys full to bursting. I think people are panic buying, and I think people are going to isolate before long.
We're not self-isolating. The government said everyone over 70 should stay in. I'm all right because I'm 69.
It is a struggle to get things, isn't it? We've been looking for things like chicken. We've tried all over to get a piece of chicken with places like Co-op and things have got no, very short of supplies, I feel, yeah.
We purposely didn't stockpile thinking, oh, it won't happen, and now there is nothing to be had.
I've got some fresh fruit and veg which I'm planning to parboil and freeze. I'd like to say I haven't panic bought. I've not been to a supermarket at all, so I'm trying to sort of support the more local, smaller shops, where actually I feel safer shopping, if I'm honest. I have sanitised my trolley handle before I came in.
I think now that the coronavirus is getting closer to home, people's jobs are starting to be affected, schools are being closed, and I think people are just really, really panicking, and it's like you don't know what's happening.
The shop has experienced its busiest March on record, and with most of the produce either reared on the estate or grown locally, it's created an unexpected short-term boom for the estate's coffers. But it's not such good news for 150 newly tailored uniforms for the house guides. Head of Textiles Susie is having to mothball the lot.
Normally, this room is full of noise. This is the guides' mess room. This is normally an absolute cacophony of people chatting, so it's eerie in here because it's quiet, and it should be packed with people all getting ready for going on the route. So it's quite strange. I'm just packing away all the uniforms onto rails. They'll sit here safe and sound behind a locked door until we're ready for them. So they will rest here.
But at Chatsworth, the show must always go on. And at least the gardens remain immune from the virus.
At the moment, we're just getting ready to open. We're scheduled to open at about 11 o'clock, but if we get too many people that arrive a bit earlier, we will open a bit before that, just to make sure that we haven't got any queuing outside. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Of course, if we have too many people congregating, then Max ensures they all stay well back so that we don't get any sort of ruckus outside the gates. If you see Max, the Duchess is not going to be very far behind.
We're just going to wave to the first people who come through the gate, just as we usually do. We hope a lot of people will come. It's good. Thank you. Bye.
The gardens are ready. The Duke, the Duchess, and Max are poised to welcome their guests. But will the great British public risk an outing to the nation's favourite stately home? At Chatsworth, in spite of the corona crisis, the gardens are about to be opened to the general public for the first time in 2020. All that's needed now is for visitors to arrive.
Morning, guys. If I can ask you to spread out a little bit, the queue is not as big as it looks, just we're keeping everybody sensibly socially distanced. We're just asking everybody to wash their hands before they go in, which is obviously making things a little bit slower, but give it 5 minutes or so and you should all be through.
The Duke and Duchess always greet the first guests of the season.
Good morning.
Whatever the circumstances and social distance.
Nice to see you. It's nice beautiful.
Have a lovely day.
Can I just keep you all spread out, guys, as much as possible? Ideally about 2 metres between everybody. Every different family, that is, of course.
Within a few hours, almost 2,000 visitors have arrived.
Slightly surprising. I think we kind of weren't sure whether it was going to be a really busy day or a really quiet day, busier than a lot of people expected. But so far, everybody's being very well-spirited. Everybody's staying a nice distance apart.
We love coming here because it's just so beautiful. So we thought we'd come to cheer ourselves up, lift our spirits.
I was just talking to my family in Iran, and they're fine, you know. All of them, they're self-isolating, you know, and they wanted to make sure we are okay here, you know, and they were surprised we came out today.
On Monday, I fall into the category of those people who have to be isolated from the rest of the world, so I'm making the most of my freedom and enjoy the gardens.
We're getting on all right, aren't we? We have to make do.
Us British, keep calm and carry on.
Oh, I think I can do this one. How exciting.
With no tools allowed inside, Guide Sheena has been put on the tills. An offer of free entry for NHS staff is proving popular.
Hello.
We've got one online booking.
Right.
There, and I'm NHS.
Okay, so we'll do that first. And you've got an online booking,
Hello.
you said?
Yeah.
There's me, sir.
Yeah, if you just need to show them to me, that would be wonderful.
Sheena has had to pick up new skills fast.
I was a bit frazzled earlier on, but I've kind of mastered a lot of it now. I'm still making mistakes, but this is not really, it's not really my forte, but I'm getting there. Great, all done, thank you. The people have taken the maps and going off and exploring, so yeah, I haven't upset anybody. I don't think I've ever charged anybody, so we're all happy. One day we'll all get back to normal again, won't we?
I think obviously with all the uncertainty at the moment, having a walk around the grounds, as we say, it's fantastic here, so enjoy the fresh air.
Being friends of the Chatsworth, it does in a way sort of force you to come out.
Yeah.
And because of the problems, you know, the cafes and the restaurants and the gift shops are not open, they've been kind enough to give us an extension of 6 months. Yeah. So, good old Duke here.
With everything that's happening in the world at the moment, all the bit of doom and gloom you hear on the news, all I'm actually seeing today is a lot of happy people, a lot of smiley faces, and I think people just living their lives as normal.
I think some people just want to get out and about while they can, because we don't know what's going to happen next, do we? It's a nice day, thankfully. And yeah, I think they're all just happy to be out in the fresh air.
Chatsworth and the great British public have faced weeks of trials and tribulations. But on opening day, nearly 2,000 visitors enjoy the garden.
Well, there's no place like Chatsworth. No place at all. It's a little corner of heaven.
The time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home, because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households.
At the end of the opening weekend, the government ordered a total lockdown. The nation is told to stay inside and stay safe. And that included the film crew.
Should be the second day of the new season here at Chatsworth. However, as you can see behind me, the gates are currently closed. We're in the stables block at the moment. On a day like today, this would usually be an area full of people sat outside enjoying teas and coffees and ice cream, but if I spin around, you can see that I am here all by myself, save for a couple of ducks on the pond behind me. We don't know how long this is going to be the situation. We hope that we'll be able to welcome back visitors soon, but of course at the moment we just want to do everything that we can to make sure that people stay safe and healthy.
The film crew were not able to return to Chatsworth for over a month.
Oh, I've lost you. That's very disappointing.
No, I can see you. I can see you.
Yeah, wait a minute now. Wait. What am I looking for? I know.
So the production, Duke and Duchess, like the nation, took to the internet to continue the story.
We're fine, but here we are, self-isolated because of our age. We're sitting in the corner of the house in 3 rooms with my dog Max.
A little bit of Max. I don't know whether, yes. I don't know whether we can catch it off him, but I hope not.
No, of course you can't. He's not. He's a good boy. Well, so far, we're healthy, thank goodness. Well, I spend my time doing the housework and cooking, and I'm not a very good cook. And so I think we'll lose weight. Stoker and I will be losing weight.
You know, we were so excited about the season. It's just tragic because so much work's gone into it, and then out in the garden it's the same.
It's a horrible feeling not being able to be out there helping, and so we do Zoom. We Zoom like mad.
Visitors are the lifeblood of Chatsworth. Without the visitors, it's really a very lonely, sad place, and we'll get them back, of course, and it'll be wonderful. We've had lovely messages from visitors saying how much they're looking forward to coming back. But, you know, the hotels are all closed, the pubs are closed. We're just like everywhere else, of course, and it's very, very gloomy.
The last 2 weeks have been horrendous for everybody.
I think that when you have a disaster like this, it does definitely bring people close together. It's really hard not knowing how long it'll last. I'm sure it applied during the war. Everybody was very conscientious, but they were looking out for each other.
I think Chatsworth has faced many challenges, difficult ones, and it makes me feel that if we all pull together again this time, that we'll get through it.
Next time at Chatsworth. New life springs eternal.
When the sun's shining like this, got a pair of lamps on a yew, it doesn't get too much better.
A community rallies.
Got some nice treats.
It's your delivery from the farm shop.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure, yeah.
But as a Duke and Duchess emerge
Come on.
into the summer sunlight,
Shall I choose a lettuce for dinner tonight?
thousands of visitors descend on Chatsworth.
There are a few people jumping out trees into the river.